Hello, welcome. We're going to get into the yoga that I have been promising for, I think, months now. I finally figured out how to get it done and make it a good low pressure option for everybody. And that said, I also want to say all of the poses in here can be modified. All of them. If a particular pose is too deep, don't go so deep. If you can't lift your leg that high, put it down lower. And it goes the same for any pose. There are ways to modify it. If you need help figuring out how to modify a pose so that it works for you, get in touch with me. Email me. I am happy to help you with this. But for now, let's get into our author yoga beginner seated sequence. We're going to start sitting upright in chair mountain pose. This pose is your feet flat on the ground and your spine as straight as is possible for you. This pose is our center, where we return to between poses. Here is where you focus on your breathing, slow, steady inhales and exhales that work with your natural rhythm. On an exhale, or on an inhale, return to center. And on an exhale, fold forward at the hips into seated forward fold. Only go as far as it's comfortable for you. Stay here for a couple breaths, knowing that it is normal and natural to rise up a little on the inhale. Now, on an inhale breath, raise your torso back to center. Don't feel the need to keep up with this video. Pause all you like if you want to stay in a position longer. Now, turn your shoulders to one side. Place one hand on your knee. The other hand can grasp the side of your chair for a seated twist pose. And only go as deep as is comfortable for you. If you have spinal issues, please don't do this if it's going to hurt you. Please definitely modify this pose to where it will be comfortable and not injure you. When you're ready, turn to the opposite side and repeat the seated twist on that side. Pause here to breathe into the pose for as long as you'd like. Releasing the twist, come back to center in your chair. Raise your right arm and lean to the left for seated side stretch pose. Breathe into the stretch, expanding and relaxing the muscles on the right. And it is perfectly okay to put your left hand on the seat and use that to help with your balance. And just breathe into it here. lower your right arm and come back to center. Raise your left arm and lean to the right. Breathe into the stretch, expanding and relaxing the muscles on the left. Coming back to center, we move into a chair warrior 2 pose. Open your legs, slide a little to the right side of the chair. Inhale as you stretch the right leg out straight behind you as you turn to face the left. You can also scooch to the front edge of your chair just to give yourself more space. But make sure that you don't give yourself so much space in the chair that you fall out. Keep your left knee bent, your left foot flat on the floor. Extend your arms out, right arm behind you, left arm in front. And just breathe into the pose. If you need to lean into the pose a little bit, to stretch things out or to work some particularly tight hips, if that is something you would like to do, you certainly can. Now we come back to center and repeat chair warrior 2 on the right side. Inhaling as we move into the pose, exhaling as we find our space in the pose. Go ahead and sit here and breathe for a minute or 2 in this pose. Now release the pose and come back to center on an exhale breath. From center, lift your right foot and set the right ankle on the left knee into chair pigeon pose. If this is too much, then stretch your left leg out in front of you and put the right ankle up as far as you can today. And know that is perfectly okay and acceptable. No shame here. We are working with the bodies we have. Keeping the feet in place, lean forward from the hips. Only go as far as is comfortable for you. For some of us, that's only going to be an inch. Others are going to be able to lean way forward. But some of us live in tight bodies, and we should honor that by not pushing it farther than is comfortable. Now breathe into it wherever you are with this. Now release the pose, coming back to center, and take a moment to breathe. Now repeat the pose on the other side. Left leg up, left ankle onto the right knee, or wherever works for you today. Follow the cues from your body. Breathe into this. Yoga does not have to hurt to be effective. Breathe into the pose and then release, coming back to center. Cat-cow pose is often done on hands and knees, but you can do it in your chair, and that is what we are doing here. Breathe into cow pose, stretching the torso up and arching the spine to push your chest out. On it, exhale slowly into cat pose. curving your spine and pulling the chest in toward the spine. Keep moving. Cow pose on the inhale, cat pose on the exhale. Breathe into this for a few moments. And return to center. From center, extend your right leg in front of you for flexing foot pose. Breathe in and flex your foot towards you. Breathe out and point your toes. Keep doing this move, inhaling as you flex, exhaling as you point. This move will, in many cases, help out with tightness in the hamstrings, the Achilles tendon, and sometimes with plantar fasciitis. And now let's return to center. Lower your right leg and then lift your left leg to repeat flexing foot pose on the left side. Inhale as you flex, exhale as you point. Repeat it. Inhaling as you flex, exhaling as you point. And that concludes our session today. I hope this collection of movements has eased your body and helped you to feel more grounded within it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope the rest of your day is magnificent.